Hello, welcome back. I'm so excited you chose to be here today. My name is Eleni. I'm studying to become a women's health nurse practitioner. I love everything women's health, and we are currently going through the series Period Reclamation, and so I'm really excited to dive deeper into all things period. And yeah, stick around because we are going to be learning a lot about the follicular phase. So before we get started, I want you to stick around for the entire video so that you can understand why your lips might be looking better during this part of your cycle. And if you stick along even further, then you will understand what it means to feel a nose. So again, just a medical disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. So not to get you confused, but from day 1 to 13, that is going to be your follicular phase. Today, we are going to be focusing on days 7 to 13, which is the days prior to ovulation. So during this time, it's really your ovaries, your body is going to try and do all the things it needs to do in order to grow that follicle and release it. So your pituitary gland is going to continue secreting FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, and that's going to stimulate the eggs in your ovaries to grow. And one of these eggs is going to begin to mature in a sac-like structure called a follicle, which is what I said before. And so while the egg cell matures, its follicle secretes estrogen that stimulates the uterus to develop a lining of blood vessels, your endometrium. And this is going to be the proliferative stage. So the stage where you're going to grow that endometrial lining. So estrogen, an increase in estrogen is going to release the egg, and that's going to increase the luteinizing hormone, which is going to be the reason why you release that egg. So the uterine lining increases, your estrogen is going to increase, your lips are going to feel plumper, you're going to have fewer wrinkles, and your testosterone, surprisingly, is also going to increase because, as I said before, this gives you the energy to find your mate and to do the things that you need to do. So this is the time when I love making plans with people. It is the time where you're going to feel your best, literally. Because estrogen and testosterone are going to be higher. And this is a time to do your focus work, to sit down on your laptop and do whatever you need to do. This is going to be a great time for creative work as well. A great time to learn. Pick something that you want to learn this week and become a master at it, because I promise you, everything just feels easier and you will have super focus powers. So with the follicular phase, it is our inner spring, if we're talking seasons. This is the time when the earth starts to melt away the snow. If you're living in a place that snows, I live in California, so definitely does not so in SoCal, but anyway, so this is when the earth is going to warm up and air is going to feel new and crisp and clean, and these are the fresh signs of life, right? So just like within us, our endometrium, our uterus is growing with the estrogen. So we are just like the earth in the season of spring. And this change in weather is going to commence the start of projects, right? So we are going to now feel ready to start new things. And just like spring cleaning, have you ever heard someone say, oh yeah, time to spring clean? Well, same thing with us. It's the time to just focus on what we can do better this part of our lives. And yeah, I love inner spring so much, and I honestly love all the seasons. Even though I would love to be in the season of summer all the time, I still do value all the seasons, and I think that they serve a necessary component in our lives. So just like the seasons of our menstrual cycle, right? In order to have a healthy menstrual cycle, we need to go through all the seasons and renew every month. Okay, so exercising in your follicular phase in the first half is not going to be as exciting as the second half, right? Because in the first half we are menstruating and all our hormones are low, but in the second half we grow that estrogen and we actually even have the peak testosterone. And what this means for us is that we are going to burn fat way more easily. We are going to be able to gain lean muscle mass, which is very exciting for ladies because that will help us in long term and also help us build our bones, because estrogen is great for building bones. And our blood sugar levels are also going to be pretty stable throughout this period, so you may be feeling less inclined to grab that sweet. I know I am for sure, because in my luteal phase I am a sugar queen, and I'm working on that because I definitely know that having too much sugar is not the best for us. But yeah, so you are going to feel the most fueled and energetic during this second half of your follicular phase. So I encourage you to go crush it at the gym and to do the things that you feel energized for. Whereas in the luteal phase, we are going to tend to do more low intensity, more strength, less cardio, HIIT-based workouts. So during this week, I love to up my exercise. I think that during this time, high intensity workouts are going to be the easiest for you, and also you're going to be highly adaptable to them because your testosterone is going to be high, which is the secret hormone to doing really well in your workouts, by the way. Men versus women. This is why men can always work out no matter what. They don't have to worry about their menstrual cycle. But yeah, ladies, during this time, I encourage you to go to the gym and lift some weights. So good for your bones and good for your muscles, good for your metabolic health. So during this time, I like to honestly eat as many cruciferous veggies as I can throughout my entire menstrual cycle. I know that they say to increase it really during your luteal, but I think just having that way of adding fiber and then detoxing your body through bowel movements is going to help your menstrual cycle throughout all. But I like to have turmeric, ginger during this time, and Brussels sprouts. I like to add in fats, but not as many fats as I would add in as if I was in my luteal phase, because your luteal phase, which we're going to talk about in the next video, is going to be where you are going to actually have a higher metabolic rate, therefore burning more calories. So you can support your uterus with more fats during that time. But yeah, during this time, definitely eat colors of the rainbow, eating fresh fruits, fresh veggies. Of course, laying low on the processed foods is going to help your body most. And again, if we're seed cycling, you can add in those pumpkin seeds and flax seeds. So back to that nose reference. I think it's so important to understand and feel comfortable in your body. So your cervix, how many people have felt their cervix before? I know as a future women's health nurse practitioner and one that is in clinical right now, I see a lot of cervixes on a normal basis, and I think all cervixes are beautiful. I've never used cervixes in plural form, but it sounds really funny. Anyway, so your own cervix. Every cervix is beautiful, as I said. So this is a great opportunity for you to feel your cervix. It's going to become higher in the vaginal canal. However, in the first half when you're menstruating, you are going to be able to feel it closer to the opening. However, later on it's going to go up higher because your body's getting ready for fertilization, right? So it's going to be a little softer because it is allowing the passageway of the sperm. So feel that cervix, feel the cervical mucus, see how the texture is going to change. Because I promise you, if you're ovulating, you'll know what I'm talking about. It becomes really sticky and it's egg whitish, and yeah, then you'll know this is the time, if you want a baby, to go and make that baby. Thank you so much for being attentive throughout this entire video, all about your follicular phase. I know that it can be a lot of information, but I hope you were able to digest most of it And if you did, I hope that you can like and support. It would mean the world to me. And I hope that you can share this with any person who you know can bleed or is bleeding, if you want to empower them in feeling amazing during this time.